Hey guys, a very warm welcome back to 77 Days Facebook Ads Course. This is Gaurav, Madaan, your host, and in this particular module, we're going to talk about rules, automated rules. One of the most amazing things I think so, which is Facebook has given us, is actually called as rules. So it's right here, which you see in your Ads Manager. Let's go back again. Let me show you again. So it's right here, the rules, which you see. These are the rules right here, and you have to go ahead and say Manage Rules. Okay, why these rules? Rules, because uh, you know, anxiety. So when we're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars every single day, we kind of have a lot of anxiety. Okay, we have a lot of anxiety, and we want to live peacefully, right? We don't want to be like slaves of machines. So that is why they've invented some rules. And rules, it's actually something which is great. Just like I told you, CBO surfing, that check if the budget of the CBO is X amount of I mean the ROS is positive. If it is satisfactory, then scale it to 2x. Okay, if you remember, let me show you. By the way, this is CBO scaling, right? So I talked about this earlier. So let's do a little positive. Yeah. So I said, surfing the budget, and how do you surf the budget? You increase budget 2x at 12 noon if ROS is positive, else you decrease or whatever you want to do. And all these things, you see these, there would be hundreds of CBOs which you'll be running. How can you possibly, surf each CBO manually? It's just not possible, right? It's impossible task. So how do you really do it? So guys, if you want to do a CBO scaling or CBO surfing, then you could actually go ahead and create rules. Okay, you could create rules. This is all active ad sets or all active campaigns, or you could just create a particular rule and apply it to only single campaign as well. It's not that you have to do it like this. Okay, so for example, I want to go ahead and say I want to increase my daily budget. Okay, daily budget by 100%. So increase your budget by this percentage each time you select a headset. Meet the rule conditions could cause spend more than you want. Okay, yeah. So I want to go ahead and 50%. Let's say increment you want to have 50% or whatever 100%. So I want to have 100% increment. Increase my daily budget by 100%. Okay, you could also have a minimum maximum daily budget cap if you want. And you could have, like, let's say I want to have 20,000 is my maximum budget cap for one CBO. And you could have frequency, hourly, daily, weekly, every 2 weeks. When do you want to check these things? You once hourly, once daily, once weekly, once every 2 weeks. So it's actually hourly is something which is not great, to be honest. I would not like to do it, in this manner, probably because I'm going to do a custom schedule here. When do I really want to trigger these rules? Okay. So increase daily budget by this once hourly active campaigns. If you check that if your uh, uh, time, according to the time zone, it is going to happen, right? It's going to happen according to the time zone we're going to do. So, for example, this rule applies, let's say, all Sunday, Monday. I'm not going to do Sunday, of course, because Sundays the performance is not that great. So let's say this, and I'm going to say do this rule from probably hourly rule from 11 to 1. Okay, 11 to basically this rule is only going to trigger twice from 11 to 13. Okay, 11 to 13 basically. So we want to go ahead and do this rule from 11 to 13 if we are doing that CBO part. Okay, so I'm going to just show you exactly how we're doing it, and we're also going to have a loss leader, specifically stop loss rule we call it generally in the terms of Timbert. So we go ahead and we do these rules. We do a custom schedule that trigger these rules only at this particular time of and week. So it is only going to run with rules, and you say close because it's a custom schedule. I've got the custom schedule in, right? So it is going to only trigger this, and then it is going to check if my cost per result is smaller than, let's say, 500. Okay, if my cost per result is smaller than 500, and you could have lifetime impressions, of course, 8,000. That's something which is always going to come by default. Okay, so number of times the ad was viewed. I want to go ahead and see if my cost per result is, let's say, 500. Time range I could do today. Okay, and my ROS, I mean, just like it's just like cost per result is this much. Then it's less than 500, then increase the budget to 100%. Okay, increase the daily budget by 100%, and I'm going to say this scale uh, rule scale CBO, and this is going to be afternoon uh, rule RULA of course, and I'm going to have this create rule. Okay, so this is how the rule is created. Obviously, I'm going to go ahead and skip, just disable this rule for now. I don't want it to be enabled for now. Okay, but just to give you an example, this is how I did, and I wanted to apply to certain campaigns and not all of campaigns. Okay, rule is not being checked because I'm not really checking this rule right now. So just like I told you, all this check at midnight. Sorry, at afternoon. Then check at 4 p.m. Then check out again at another one, and then we're also going to have loss leaders like this. Something which is a CBO loss leader. If you see, if my spend is greater than 500 and my website ROS is less than 2, then disable that particular campaign, which is not right. I think so. This is not a right rule, to be honest. So the my thing was cost per result is if less than uh, okay, turn off, right? It cost per result is if greater than 1,000 today, then switch it off. Simple, save your loss leader. If it goes above 1,000 rupees, my cost per result is going to turn off the campaign. So as soon as it's going to check every 30 minutes, so even if I'm spending, let's say, million rupees or $1 million on one single CBO, it is not going to spend $1 million because this rule is actually going to be applied. If my cost per result is greater than 1,000, then just switch it off. As simple as that. Okay, so this is a rule which is a CB loss leader, and similarly, I have a loss leader sniper, which I told you. So basically, you could go ahead and do n number of rules depending on what you want to do. And primarily, I would do is scale, turn off, and also one more rule. If if a particular campaign is being turned off, I would like to turn on it another again at midnight. So I'm going to say spent is greater than or reach is greater than 1. Okay, and yesterday if the reach was greater than 1, then all active campaigns, and I want to say turn on campaign. So what you do is check at attribution window is fine. I'm going to daily at 12 a.m. Kolkata time, or if a custom schedule, basically you could say I want to do a custom schedule with these ones, and I want to check them from 0 to 1. Okay, 0 to 1, 0 to 1, 0 to 1. So basically any campaign which was turned off yesterday because my higher spend, okay, now I want to go ahead and I want to re-enable that campaign automatically. So apply rule to all post campaigns. Basically any post campaign who's going to have a reach which is greater than 1 yesterday is going to be turned down automatically from 0 to 1. Okay, just because we want to make sure that it keeps spending. So even if certain days, the budget is overshooting, then you could pause it and then re-enable it, because in CBOs, I told you, it doesn't matter how quickly you do these things. It's something which is amazing. So in automation, you'll be able to, even if you're stopping a particular campaign, a CBO, you could literally re-enable the campaign based on this particular rule. So basically, you know, uh, run again CBO. Any CBO which had a reach yesterday and has been triggered off because of the rules, it is going to check back again, and it is going to keep enabling it again and again every single day. And it's basically rules are going to be our life. Rules are going to play our life. Okay, so one couple of rules which I would like to have is you know obviously depending on what my objective is, so all these things can be achieved with the help of rules. So basically reset to initial budget again at midnight, right? So you could also say that go ahead and do this turn on campaign, and also you could say set the budget. So is the budget available? uh, so I'm just seeing if the budget is enabled or not. So I want to go ahead and at the time I want to go ahead and basically set my budget, reset my budget. And that's my whole part. It's not just reach has to be increased. I want to go ahead and reset my budget. So generally, this resetting the initial budget to initial budget at midnight again. That's something which I want to do. Okay. And I'm not able to see an option right now to actually do that with basic Facebook. So I want to go ahead and, really do the budget part of it. So I don't think so they have an option to reset my budget. Okay, so they don't have an option to reset my budget. Let's go to another one. So we'll go to reveal bot. Okay, so guys, now just in case there are a couple of rules which are not available with something which is called as Facebook rules, there is something called as reveal bot, and reveal bot should be having those kind of rules where whatever you want to achieve, you can achieve with the help of simple this particular part. Okay, I want to go ahead and I want to go to Facebook ads, of course, automated rules, and I want to create my rule and I want to reset my budget, for example. Okay, so I want to choose the account which is there. So this is scale at will. I don't want scale at will. I want Gaurav Madaan. And check this out. We have all these campaigns available. So I could literally see which campaigns does this rule apply to. Select these campaigns you see. Okay, so for example, I see this one, just an example. Done. So I'm going to say pause the campaign and all those things. All those things could be done. I could pause or I could say start a campaign. Okay, start a campaign if my spend yesterday was or reach, you could say reach was yesterday greater than 1. Okay, so that's one spend. Add the task. I'm going to add another task. Basically it's going to start the campaign. Okay, I want to go ahead and add remove from increase budget or increase not decrease, set budget. Basically I want to set budget for active only, of course. Set budget. Okay, at the start of the day. So basically, whenever you're enabling this campaign, just make sure set budget, not spend. Okay, set budget to basically once a day, every 15 minutes, once a day, once in a lifetime. Yeah. So I want to do once a day whenever this rule is triggering, basically starting the campaign. I want to set it to recent budget, which was 1,000 rupees. Okay. So what is happening here is now it is going to set the budget right here. And if the reach was basically, yeah, so start the campaign and set the budget to 1,000 rupees, which is initial budget. Okay. So now I'm doing this conditions, different conditions right here. Okay, so I could increase budget as well. So I could just go ahead and say increase the budget by 100%. Okay, 10% instead of 10%, I'm saying 100%. You could have a cap if you want. Okay, frequency once a day or whatever we want to have. So you could do that. I want to have once a day frequency is not right, something which I want to have. I want to have a schedule basically. I want to have a schedule rule checking rule continuously on specific dates as well. We could do that. Okay, so all these things which were not available with Facebook, it's actually available right here with rule something called as reveal bot. It's extremely advanced. You could do a lot of things. You could start a pause, delete, notify, replace from campaign name, replace text, increase budget, decrease budget, set scale budget by target, duplicate, set a bid strategy altogether. So all these things are differently available here. And then there is reach. Okay, and you could see how you could do it at different parts. So daily budget, you could also do the daily budget. It's greater than 1 or less than 1, whatever you want to check the rules as per accordingly. Website adds to cart purchases, hours since creation, messaging. So there are a lot of things which are available, new things which are not available with normal Facebook rules. So that is where you could actually go ahead and use it with regard to use it. Also as Google ads and Snapchat ads basically does the same thing, rules for them as well. So it's something which is very powerful, extremely powerful, I think. So if you are at that level now where you've actually outcast these rules which is with regard to Facebook, and you're going ahead with one more step further, you could actually go ahead and do these rules right there. Okay, and now another part of the things. Okay, so what next is going to be in the last part anyways. So I think so that's all for rules. Something which I definitely use is something which is a loss leader. I always use this rule. Still, I'll do the enabling the campaign manually by myself. But if you really want to go into it, deep into it, there is a rule for everybody. Everything almost. Okay, it's up to you what you want to actually do, right? So I can only like increase, decrease. I cannot set a budget exactly what I can do with Reveal Bot. So I think so. It makes sense to understand this Reveal Bot. It's called Reveal Bot. Okay, just again and again mentioning that to you, so that you understand, just in case some rule is not available with Facebook, you could go ahead and check it with Reveal Bot, and you could apply those rules. So it's absolutely mandatory when you're spending so much money. It's absolutely mandatory to apply rules, because it is going to help you further to go ahead and really do these things. And I think it's worth it as well. So that's it for this particular video. Thank you so much for watching. Got questions, please make sure you ask them in the group, and I hope you do spend a couple of lakh rupees per day. So that would be interesting to see, and see how you go with that. Thank you so much. I'll catch you in the next video, next series, where we're going to talk about now clients perhaps, and I'll catch you there. Bye bye. Have fun.